I'm Carrie with Apollos again, and this is going over the Prepare the Way part of our Christmas study, and how I will teach this to my kids. So again, your kids are different, your teaching style is different. You figure it out, but the important thing is that your kids hear from you teaching it, because they might hear it in Sunday school, they might not hear it at all. But they're looking to you. You're their teacher. God put you as their teacher. And so don't let the fear of not knowing questions hold you back. It's okay to not know things our whole lives. We won't know things about the Bible, and you get to start modeling that right away for your kids. If they ask you a question you don't know, you can say that you need to pray about it, let's look in the Bible, let's see what we find together. Model being a learner for them, because there's no other way. There's no other way to learn, because you won't have the answers. And if you wait until you have the answers, you'll never get there. So earlier I talked about my time in the Word over this study and what stuck out to me. The verse that stuck out to me was, every valley shall be raised up, every mountain and hill made low. The rough ground shall become level, the rugged places a plain. And it's taking it from the passage of Isaiah 40, chapter 3 through 5, preparing the way. So this is what I'll be working off. And then Jesus changes everything is the truth that I want to talk to them about. So my kids are 4 and 1. Yours is going to be different based on your kids and what God puts on your heart for you and for them. So I'm trying to think of, where I'll start is probably showing them, visuals are good for kids, that, we're talking about for Christmas, we're talking about preparing the way. And what does it mean to prepare the way? So maybe you could, ask, how do you prepare for a trip? Do you pack your bags? Do you get ready? Do you go to the bathroom before you get in the car? What does it mean, to prepare the way? And then what is the way? So you could talk about directions. You could talk about maps, roads, highways. That's also mentioned in our passage, to make straight in the desert a highway for our God. What do we do on a highway? We travel somewhere. So you can talk about those things depending on the age of your kids. So, help them understand, what are we doing right now? And then going into the verse. So I would read them, Isaiah 43 through 5. It's short, so that's why I would read this. If it's a longer passage or you have really little kids, you could just pick out, a piece that stands out to you. But I feel like this is short enough for my kids that I would read it. Because remember, you're planting seeds. You don't know when these words will come back up for them or what's going on in their little heads. So I would read this passage and then talk about the part we're going to hone in on. And so as I was doing this, I was thinking about how to teach it. And my daughter loves dancing, and my son's starting to clap and things like that. So I thought, putting some hand actions to this. So every valley shall be raised up, every mountain and hill made low. The rough ground shall become level. And I was thinking rugged, the rugged places a plain. And that, so again, it's, as we go through it, I'd probably read it, say, every valley shall be raised up, every mountain and hill made low. The rough ground shall become level, the rugged places a plain. So I would read that first and then say, okay, to help us remember it, let's put some actions to it. You can get up, you can move, have some energy with it, but every valley raised up, every mountain and hill made low. The rough ground shall be made plain, or shall be made level, and the rugged places a plain. And so what we can learn from this is that Jesus changes everything. High becomes low, low becomes high, rugged becomes level, and and rugged becomes a plain. Everything changes with Jesus around in our world and in our hearts. And from there you can kind of talk about what things can you change? You know, depending on the level of your kids, you can have that conversation, think of questions that they might have. You know, how does Jesus change the way that we treat each other? How does Jesus change what I like? How does Jesus change what I watch or what I say? So those would be places, depending on the level and age of your kids, that you could go. But the important thing is that you're in the Word, that you're showing them you are learning just as much as they are, and that you talk about God and you bring that into conversation with them. So that's some thoughts about how I'll do it, and I hope that it helps you in how you'll do it. And just know that I'll be praying for everybody who is watching and trying to do this, because it's worth it. And you just started trying. All right. Thanks. Bye.